In the early 70s, I couldn't earn much money writing about snooker. I wrote about a lot of other sports, but I did get a call from the Pot Black programme one day. Would I like to cooperate in a Shot of the Week feature? Fine, I said. And the pay was £15. And I thought, well, £15 for a few minutes' work, not so bad, early 70s.
Clive. He's got his selection here. And Clive's selection is in game 12 between Ray Reardon and Graham Miles.
Anyway, I did the first 2 or 3, and then the awful truth dawned. It was £15 for the series, £1 a week.
Thank you to Clive Everton for being such an observant observer.
I always remember once I was looking at the betting of a match. It was about the second year we'd come to the Crucible. And I've looked at this match, and Bill Werbenhoek, he's playing 10 times world champion, John Pulman. And John Pulman was 2 to 1, and I thought, well, that's a big prize for a 10 times world champion. So I've had a bet, and I thought, right, Pulman can beat Bill Werbenhoek. At the end of the first session, Bill Werbenhoek is leading 8-1. And we all used to stay at a hotel just outside of Sheffield at the time. And I've gone in the hotel that night, and John Pulman is in the bar, and I went, oh, unlucky, John, and he went, listen, if he can beat me 8-1, there's no reason tomorrow morning I can't beat him 9-1. And it gave me a little bit of hope. That was all sat round chatting and this, that and the other with friends, another late night if you like. And when I was going to my room at about 2:30 in the morning, Pulman was still at the bar, and he went, don't forget, if he can beat me 8-1, I can beat him 9-1. As he took another slug of this whiskey, he lost 10-1.
I think one of the legends of the game, Jimmy White, and the fact with Jimmy is I've known him since I was a kid. I was a 12-year-old in the snooker club, in the Rongross snooker club in Neasden. While Jimmy used to play over the other side of London, he often used to come to the club. And as a 13-year-old, he was extremely talented, but to look at him, you would never have known. He was a little guy, skinny, brace on his teeth. You wouldn't really have had him out to be like a champion snooker player, but at 13 he was knocking in century breaks and no one had ever seen it before. And there was a guy that used to come over from South Africa, and he was a bit of a hustler in the London area, and he used to take a lot of money off people. Came into Neasden one day, said, I'll play anybody for a few quid. And someone said, well, there's a young lad over there, pointing to Jimmy, who was sitting there a little bit quiet, didn't say a word. He says, we'll put some money up and you can play Jimmy. So he looked at Jimmy, he said, yeah, I'll give him 21 start. So they played £50 a frame, with this guy giving Jimmy 21 start. Well, I popped out for an hour, came back, and by the time he'd came back, Jimmy was giving this guy 50 start, and he was £500 in front.